time of day it is that you're watching this. We are going to do a 10-minute heat building sequence. So I am going to use a timer here because 10 minutes for me can easily turn into 20, and then that's not as accessible for people that don't have a lot of time, which is the whole reason I'm making this. So I'm going to start that now. You don't need anything for practice today. We're just using our bodies and our mat to build heat and get a good sweat on in a short amount of time. So whenever you're ready, we're going to come over onto our hands and knees. We're going to start in tabletop pose. We're going to begin by warming up our spine. So our first big inhale, drop our belly down towards the ground, lifting our tailbone, looking up towards the ceiling. Breathe and exhale, lead with your tailbone, pull belly button up into your spine, tuck your chin is the very last thing. Really, really squeeze your core here, and then inhale back into cow pose, and exhale, cat pose. You really want to keep your core engaged in both of these postures. I know that when we come down into cow pose, it can kind of feel like you're letting go of that, but you really want to still be sucking your belly button in towards your spine here and pulling your shoulder blades together and opening up through the chest. So allowing your heart to come forward, and then the exact opposite motion when you come up into cat pose, pushing like you're trying to push through the ground, pushing super hard into your mat, pulling shoulder blades apart. And then come back to a neutral spine. Tuck your toes if you don't already have them tucked behind you. We're gonna lift up just our knees. Hover, hover, keep breathing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let your hips lift you up and back into your first downward facing dog. You may have to adjust your hands and feet here just a little bit. Really settle into your breath here. Bend your knees as much as you need. Release your neck. We're going to slowly begin to peel our heels off of the floor and roll onto the balls of our feet. We're going to roll our upper body towards the front, kind of similar to our cow pose. Roll, roll, roll all the way until your shoulders are over your wrists. Bend the knees and pull back with the tailbone, leading all the way up towards the ceiling. We call these spinal rolls. So it's similar motion to cat-cow. As we're rolling forward, we're channeling that cow pose, or I'm sorry, cat pose with the arched back. And then when we come backwards, we're channeling cow pose here with our shoulder blades pulling together and our chest opening. Let's do that one more time. Roll all the way forward, bend the knees, and come all the way back. Now step your feet just a little bit closer together and lift your right leg up towards the ceiling. Keep it squared for now. When I say squared, I mean you're not opening your hips and stacking them on top of each other. Your hips are staying in line with each other, so they are both in line with the floor beneath you. Hold your leg out here for 3, 2, 1, and then lift the hip and allow the hip to open up, point toe or flex toe, but just keep that whole leg and the foot activated. You can bend the knee here and open up even a little bit wider. And then as we begin to square our hips back, we're gonna pull the knee into the nose. Exhale, and then inhale all the way back up, 3-leg dog with open hips. Big inhale, and then exhale the knee into the nose again. Again, inhale back, 3-legged dog. Last time, exhale knee to nose. Inhale, 3-leg dog. This time when we bring knee into nose, we're gonna put our foot down right in between our hands, or as close as we can get. And then maybe just heel toe the foot a little bit further out so that it is directly in between both of your hands. Drop the back knee, gaze forward, lift both hands up while pushing firmly into the ground with your front foot. It's your right foot. Gaze up towards the ceiling. Lift your arms up above you. Slight rotation in your arms. So you're gonna have your pinkies spinning in towards each other here. Exhale, come bring your hands back down to frame your foot. And then big inhale, lift the back leg, and then bring your right foot all the way back up into three-leg dog. We're gonna do that motion 3 times together. Big inhale, exhale, step the foot in between the hands, drop the back knee, inhale, lift up. Exhale, hands come down, back leg lifts, right leg lifts all the way up into three-leg dog. Inhale, exhale, foot comes in between hands, back knee comes down, lift up. Exhale, last time, big inhale, three-leg dog. Exhale, foot in between hands. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, both hands down. This time we're going to lift our right arm up towards the sky, and we're gonna tuck our left toes and lift our left knee up off the ground and come into this twisted crescent lunge. Big inhale, and this time on the exhale, we're gonna rotate both of our feet to face the direction that our head is facing, and then lean down, drop your right arm down towards your left knee. Inhale, back into our crescent lunge. One more time, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Remember to breathe. And then big inhale, lift your back, or lift your right foot up, 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 all the way back into three-legged dog. Take a cleansing breath here, and then place your right foot to meet your left foot. We're gonna take one chaturanga here. So we're gonna lift onto the balls of our feet, come all the way into a plank pose, scoot forward even a little bit further past plank pose until your shoulders are directly over your fingertips. And then we're gonna lower slowly down through chaturanga. Toes, come onto the tops of our toes and push back up into upward dog. Inhale, exhale, downward facing dog. And if it's comfortable for you here, when you roll over your toes, if you've never tried before, try staying on the tops of your toes. It's a really nice stretch through the front of your ankle. And if it feels good for you, then you can hold it as long as you want until you flip back over onto the unders of your feet, the bottoms of your feet. Okay, both feet step together. We're gonna repeat that whole thing on our left side. So left leg lifts up, hips stay squared. Deep breaths. Open up your left hip, stacking it over your right. Point your toe or flex your toe, bend your knee, open up even just a little bit more. And then as we begin to square our hips back again, take a big breath in. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, three-leg dog. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, three-leg dog. Last time. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, three-leg dog. This time when we exhale, knee to nose, left foot comes down and plants right in between our two hands. Good, drop the back knee, which is your right knee. Lift your arms up, reach up. Exhale, three-leg dog. One more time. Exhaling in three-leg dog, and then taking a big inhale before we come back so that you can exhale on the way down. Both hands plant down on either side of the foot. The left hand reaches up towards the sky. You may want to heel toe, walk your left foot out towards the edge of your mat a little bit more to create some more space between your left foot and your right hand. Lifting the left arm up towards the ceiling, tucking your right toes, lifting up the right knee. Twisted lunge. Big inhale, exhale. Inhale. Exhale, dropping the hips down. Inhale. Last time, exhale, dropping the hips down to the side. Whew, I'm feeling warm. Oh, look at that, we're past 10 minutes, you guys. All right, both hands back on the mat. Left foot lifts up and back into three-legged dog. Both feet back on the mat. Downward facing dog. Let's take 3 deep breaths here. Drop your knees as wide as the mat. Big toes come to touch. Hips drop back and sit on your feet. Fingertips stretch forward towards the front of your mat. Forehead comes down to the mat. Active child's pose. And stay here and recover as much as you need. Get back in touch with your breath. Now that we're nice and warmed up, I encourage you to continue with your practice if you have the time. Maybe working on something that requires your body to be a lot more warmed up now that you are in that space, or you should be in that space. So I can barely talk. And if you don't have time to continue with your practice today, I encourage you to spend at least 1 more minute cooling down in child's pose, breathing, rolling over onto your back, and breathing for at least 30 seconds or so. And then go on with your day. And I hope you have a lovely rest of your day, and I'll see you next time.